For this video, I'm starting off with the Ohio State Fair. Incident 1. Fireball. On July 26, 2017, during the fair's opening day for the 2017 year, the ride malfunctioned and broke apart mid-swing, causing the passengers to be thrown off the ride. An 18-year-old man was killed after falling 50 feet, while 7 others were injured. 2 people also reported being in critical condition. Next is Old Indiana Fun Park. Incident 2. On August 11, 1996, a 4-year-old girl was paralyzed from the chest down, and her 57-year-old grandmother was killed after the miniature train ride at the Old Indiana Fun Park derailed and overturned as it approached a curve. The 2 victims were crushed under the weight of the cars. An investigation showed that the train was traveling much faster than its design speed of 12 miles per hour. Next is Oldtown. Incident 3, Slingshot. On March 26, 2021, a cable on the ride snapped, leaving 2 passengers stranded in midair. Crews from the Kissimmee and Osceola County Fire Rescues were able to evacuate the riders a few hours later. No injuries were reported. Next is Overseas Chinese Town East. Incident 4. On June 29, 2010, 6 people were killed and 9 were injured when a space shuttle simulator ride called Space Journey fell to the ground in Shenzhen, China. According to eyewitnesses, all 11 cabins turned upside down, ejecting passengers. Another eyewitness claimed that a power shortage caused the accident. Next is Playland, New York. Incident 5. Birch Bay Waterslides. On August 25, 2022, a 42-year-old man from Bellingham, Washington was severely injured after 2 slide segments came apart on a water slide. Incident 6. Dragon Coaster. On September 2, 1988, an 8-year-old girl choked to death while chewing gum on the ride. See, this is why you don't chew gum on rides, kids. Because you can choke to death. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna use the Mind Scrambler for footage. Anyway, Incident 7. On July 4th, 2006, a 43-year-old man from Queens, New York, drowned after walking into a 40 feet deep man-made lake. An autopsy showed the victim had a blood alcohol level well over the legal limit. Incident 8. Mind Scrambler number 1. On May 22nd, 2004, a 7-year-old girl from New Rochelle, New York, was killed when she fell out of the ride after maneuvering out of her restraints. Incident 9. Mind Scrambler number 2. On June 29th, 2007, a 21-year-old female park employee from White Plains, New York, was killed when the ride was started by a second employee while the victim was still assisting guests with their safety restraints. Incident 10. SuperFlight. On August 18, 2007, 3 people were stranded on the ride for nearly an hour. Park maintenance inspected and found it happened due to a sensor detecting the ride's cars were too close to one another, which caused it to be stopped automatically. The incident came after a park employee died after being struck by a ride vehicle on the mine Scrambler 2 months prior. Incident 11. The Whip. On August 18, 1938, a 19-year-old was killed when he was hurled from the ride. Incident 12. Wild Mouse. On July 8, 1984, 6 people were taken to the hospital after suffering injuries when one of the trains they were riding in collided with another. Incident 13. On August 3, 2005, a 7-year-old boy from Norwalk, Connecticut, died of blunt force trauma to the head after he climbed out of a boat on the Ye Old Mill ride, where he became trapped underwater by a conveyor belt. Next is Playland, Vancouver. Incident 14. The Beast. On August 12, 2019, park officials temporarily shut down the ride after a malfunction occurred, leaving passengers covered in oil as they were riding and some that were waiting in line. It reopened 2 weeks later. Incident 15. Wooden roller coaster. On August 18, 1992, a 13-year-old girl wiggled out of her seat safety ball and fell from a lower section of the coaster's track. She survived the fall but was taken to Barnaby Hospital to be treated for a sore ankle and a cut on her arm, which was sustained in the incident. Next is Playland's Castaway Cove. Incident 16. GaleForce. On April 13th, 2019, 2 test dummies that were riding the roller coaster were thrown off by one of its trains and crashed into a roof of a nearby hotel. It was reported that the water-filled dummies had leaked and shrunk, allowing them to be ejected. There were no reported injuries. Next is Quasi Amusement Park. Incident 17. On July 14, 2004, a 19-year-old man from Brooklyn, New York, drowned while he was swimming with other campers at the lake. Lifeguards performed CPR on him and was taken to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Incident 18. Twister. On August 11, 1994, a 6-year-old boy from Ansonia, Connecticut, was killed when he was trapped underneath the cart after he was trying to get off the ride. Next is Queensland Amusement Park. Incident 19. Free Fall. On June 24th, 2019, 12 people were injured when a cable on the ride snapped as the ride was coming to a stop. Next is Raging Waters. Incident 20. Wave Pool. On June 1st, 2018, a 12-year-old girl nearly drowned while playing in the wave pool at the park. She was pulled from the water at around 11 a.m. and a lifeguard performed CPR on her until she was airlifted to a nearby hospital. Next is Rainbow's End. Incident 21. On November 17, 2018, 15 passengers were evacuated from the Corkscrew roller coaster after the ride stopped on top of its lift hill due to a safety malfunction. No injuries were reported, but 4 people angrily demanded refunds when they got off. Incident 22. Enchanted Forest Log Flume. On November 10, 2012, a woman's leg got stuck on the log flume wide as she was trapped between one of the logs and a wooden fence. Parts of the fence were removed by firefighters to free her trapped leg, and she was eventually freed. The woman was taken to a nearby hospital suffering minor injuries. Incident 23. On February 2nd, 2008, a 21-year-old worker was killed as he was working on the Ferris wheel at the park while performing maintenance. Next is Walking Raceway. Incident 24. On March 14, 2004, a 50-year-old woman fell 60 feet to her death from a pendulum-like ride. The Hawk, Charles Stanley Martin, the park manager, was charged with second-degree murder and was subsequently convicted of reckless homicide.